Hello, all of you professional gamers out there in the world. I am Mega Amster, and welcome to a brand new video. I just wanted to give my quick impressions on the Kirby and the Forgotten Land co-op and copy abilities trailer that did drop a few days ago. I talked about it a little bit on the previous live stream, but I really wanted to dedicate a short video to the trailer itself, just for me to be able to talk about it as a pretty big Kirby fan. I've played almost all the mainline games. I think I'm still missing, what have I not played? I think I haven't played Return to Dreamland, that's the big one, as well as like Amazing Mirror, but everything else, the mainline games I've played. Just wanted to, I'm gonna get this game. You know, I'm going to get this. It drops in a couple months. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before I get started though, just at the start of the video, if any of you are interested, I don't do too many of these edited videos, but maybe occasionally on the weekends I will. I'm mainly on this channel. I'll be streaming games Tuesday and Thursday nights starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then every other weekend at the same time. That's the usual. But right now I'm streaming through Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm going to be streaming some Ori and the Will of the Wisps in a little bit once I'm done with that, which won't take too long. So if you're interested, feel free to check out other content on the channel. I've got a lot of live stream archives and occasionally impression videos like this. And I mean, this trailer, I knew I had to make an impressions video for this because this trailer, I wasn't like, the first trailer from the September Nintendo Direct of 2021, right? It was a good introductory trailer, but it didn't really show a whole lot. All we knew was that it was going to be 3D of some sort in this Kirby game. This trailer really sold me on the game. Like, I was excited before, but now I'm very much excited. So let's just jump right into the trailer. As we'll go through the trailer and I'll explain my thoughts as I go, but I'm guessing this is going to be the opening cutscene with Kirby flying on the Warp Star. I love it. It does look great. I hope there's a lot of CG cutscenes like this, but I'm guessing there's not going to be too much. We see Bomb. I don't think Bomb was in the first trailer. Already right off the bat, I just want to say though, is that Tornado looks great too. Tornado, when's the last time Tornado's been in a game? Was it in Star Allies? You know what? No, Tornado I think was in Star Allies. Yeah, it was. Okay, but it came back for Star Allies after a little while, I want to say. But now it's controllable in a 3D space. That is something that's going to be really cool with these different copy abilities, even though we're seeing a lot of the same ones return. You know, the classics, Fire, Ice, we saw in the previous trailer, Bomb and Tornado here. We saw Hammer before. We're going to see it later in this trailer. These are a lot of the standard copy abilities that are in almost every game, but it'll feel fresh to control them in a 3D environment. And leading into that, one thing I want to say right at the top of this trailer, actually, you know what? Once we see the level select screen, I'll go into that more, but just seeing especially the Tornado looks really fun to control in 3D, I must say. Like, we see Kirby going up this ramp with the Tornado here. That actually looks super fun. The Hammer, of course. The Hammer's always been one of my favorites. This is cool because this to me means that there could be some like alternate paths type of deal, or it's just some like in some of the old classic games, like the secret bonus rooms you would find by going to certain doors. That could be what's happening here when Kirby hits that switch with the hammer and it opens up the little cavern in there. Because it looks like from what we see here, like where the crocodile head is, that's kind of probably the main path you would want to go to. The other thing I'm wondering though is that like, I'm guessing, so I want to see what the underwater sections look like because, you know, in the recent 3D Kirby games, there have been plenty of underwater sections and the old ones too. I want to see how they manage Kirby swimming underwater, assuming he can in this game. I assume he could if he could in the previous games, but I don't think we've seen it yet, so I'd be curious to see how that controls. I'd be a little worried about how that controls, but it seems like there's going to be some level of 3D exploration like we see here. That's really cool to see. The Crash Bomb looks very impressive. And of course we get Bandana Waddle Dee, so this is where they introduce co-op. And it seems like Bandana Waddle Dee's pretty much going to have the moveset that he had, I want to say, in Star Allies. I think since Return to Dreamland. I think he's had that same moveset with the spear, but it looks pretty fleshed out here. Like, we can see the spear copter move is really cool, and he like rains down spears from the top. That's going to be really cool. I think they said it was only local co-op, which, I mean, I guess makes sense. But I'm wondering if Bandana Waddle Dee's the only playable character for co-op, or if they're going to have, because we do see Meta Knight later on in this trailer, and DDD's going to be in the game. It's literally going to happen. There's no way he's not. I'd be shocked if he wasn't. But so here's a little bit of some of the plot here, right? It's like we see all these Waddle Dees getting captured in these cages by these like animal-looking things. And the website mentions Kirby fighting off against the Beast Pack. And so I'm guessing that's why some of these enemies look more animalistic than like previous Kirby enemies from previous games. I hesitate to say enemies because, I mean, sometimes they're just the citizens of Dreamland, right? Like with the Waddle Dees, for example. But it makes sense that Kirby's trying to rescue them in this case. I guess he's actually not hurting the Waddle Dees for once. That's so weird to see because usually, I mean, even though the Waddle Dees are, I don't know. I've always been confuse them whether they're innocent or not. But he's rescuing him here, which is great. And then we got this little helper. I think Elfilin, I want to say the website called it, but it reminds me of a specific type of Pokemon. I can't remember what the Pokemon is called, but it looks like as we go, there's just one Waddle Dee in this cage. It looks like we're going to be rescuing Waddle Dees as we go. Someone, I forget, I saw somewhere online had said it was kind of similar to the moons in Mario Odyssey, where there's individual moons, but then we'll see in a bit there's going to be a golden cage with 3 Waddle Dees in here. Now, this is cool, right? Is that we get to see this town of Waddle Dees. It looks like as you rescue these Waddle Dees from the cages, they'll kind of go into this centered town, which I assume is the hub world. And it looks like you can interact with them. There's like cute little like mini games where you give them food, you go fishing. We have the Wise Waddle Dee here, which it's interesting that they mentioned the NSO service at this point. It makes me wonder. Today's top trend is Sword. It's the most popular ability. So it looks like it's almost just going to be for record keeping. I mean, there might be some other online functionality, but it looks like it's really like the Wise Waddle Dee here is saying. It reminds me of like the cat in Monster Hunter Rise that like kind of tells you some of the online stats for Monster Hunter. Kind of reminds me of that, but obviously I don't, at least I shouldn't say obviously. We don't know if there's going to be other online co-op. I'm going to guess no. But it looks like it's just going to be maybe for leaderboards, player statistics, that kind of thing, which is still cool. And then we got the gotcha elements, kind of like the Triple Deluxe. Was Triple Deluxe the one that had the keychain? I think it was Triple Deluxe was the keychains and Planet Robobot was the stickers. And then Star Allies had something, but I don't remember a lot about Star Allies. So that game was just kind of eh. But okay, so here we go, right? Here's what I was talking about before with this. This is essentially the level select screen, if you will, the world map. A lot of people are making comparisons to Super Mario 3D World, which, yes, I can heavily see that because it's a 3D map where you kind of fly around, and there's still individual levels within those maps. And you can still tell there's a clear-cut difference between some of these worlds here, right? You've got your start off with your foresty green world, and then we go into the beach area, right? So there's still clear-cut points of different worlds, and each level is pretty clear as to when you can go into them. So this really isn't... I know a lot of people were saying, based on the first trailer, we didn't know enough, where people were wondering if this was going to be the Mario Odyssey for Kirby. And I was already thinking, like, no, it's not going to be complete, seamless, open sandbox like Mario Odyssey. It's really its own separate thing with individual worlds and levels. Mario 3D World definitely seems to be a better comparison. And even with some of the level design in these levels, we can see it still looks like, for the most part, usual Kirby design just in 3D, which should be fun enough as it is, though. It'll be a really fun time. I love seeing Kirby in the Warp Star here. Here we go. So now we're getting to the copy abilities. This is one of the new ones they showed off, which is, I believe it's just called the Drill ability. And not to make more Sonic comparisons, but I'm thinking of the Drill from Sonic Colors, but it looks like it's way easier to control. It looks like you're really going to have a lot more control here. I'm guessing this mole enemy here that we're seeing is what the enemy that gives you that copy ability. That one looks really fun, though. I imagine, especially in a 3D space, moving around underground and kind of drilling up, should be pretty fun to control. I'm wondering if maybe the swimming controls then are going to be similar to the Drill. Maybe they'll make that work. But that one looks fun. Of course, this is the one that everybody's talking about, right? Everybody's talking about the... Is it Ranger Kirby? I want to say, or is it? It's either like Ranger or like Sharpshooter or something like that. Where yes, Kirby does wield a gun, but he's got the little Explorer hat, which I love. And yeah, we get to see essentially Kirby control this gun in a 3D space. It seems like it might be difficult, like we see in this section where he's just trying to aim and shoot the enemy. I feel like that's probably going to be the drawback of this power-up, is that yeah, it's probably powerful because it's not just like a, it's not like a pistol or anything. It's like a, people have been saying it's kind of like a blunderbuss, almost. I think of kind of like what K. Rool has, not to that degree, but this move is cool. This move is definitely powerful, but it seems in terms of aiming, it might not be super accurate, which is probably the trade-off. What is that enemy in the background too? But is that an enemy right there? I don't even know what that is. But we got a penguin. We've got the, I forget what those flying dudes are called. I forget, but. And it looks like you can charge it up too, so that's really cool. That was creepy. Whatever that little mimic of Elfilin is. I don't know if that's a boss or if that's... I don't know what that's going to be, but that's... I mean, that makes me think that Elfilin is definitely tied into the story somehow, right? Maybe Elfilin was part of the Beast Pack and, like, went rogue or something. I don't know. But speaking of the Beast Pack, we have another boss here, which kind of looks like a snake, weasel, something. I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm sure it's going to be a boss fight. Looks pretty creepy. And then, of course, we get the Not Wispy Woods. I believe the name of this version is Tropic Woods. And it looks really cool because he's got the tree roots coming out of the environment, which that makes sense for a 3D Kirby, right? You have a bigger 3D circular arena, And so now we've got all these roots kind of coming out of the ground in 3 different axes now. It looks really fun. Look at some of these environmental shots. I especially love the desert one. We can see a Blade Knight there. The desert one is just super cool looking. This one's pretty with this like old creepy abandoned bridge, and it's like snowy out and very foggy. This one too I really like, with what seems to be almost like a garage area, and then it opens up into a carnival. So that's really, really cool. Some cool shots there. And of course we got the fight with Meta Knight at the end in some kind of coliseum. I'm sure that's going to happen at some point in the story, so we'll see when that happens. But Meta Knight's here. I'm sure, like I said, DDD's going to be here. And then with that, they end it with a release date of March 25th, literally 2 months. I was not expecting it this soon. I was expecting, like, you know, April or May maybe. But that makes me even more excited for March. Like, that is going to be a really fun game. You bet I'm going to be streaming that on this channel in just a couple months. But that's the whole trailer. Just to kind of give my thoughts overall, like I said at the beginning of this video, this trailer really made me even more excited. I mean, the release date being even sooner, that really got me excited a lot. But also, I mean, we're seeing, especially some of the exploration, that definitely gets me excited. Because originally, I was on the side that was thinking, like, this is just going to be a Kirby game in 3D, right? That's really all it's going to be. But seeing some of this exploration, oh crap, where's the shot? Oh yeah, the waterfall right here. Like, for example, this part makes me excited because it really seems like there's still, Kirby's always had a little bit of exploration. Moments like this, I mean, it might not be indicative of the whole game, but it really makes me think that they're going to have little hidden areas and hidden goodies here and there. And having that in a 3D platforming game is just, I like that a lot. Mario Odyssey did that a lot. Banjo-Kazooie, stuff like that. That is very exciting to me. So just the fact that we're going to get some level of exploration like that is great. The co-op I probably won't do too much with, but it still looks like it's going to be really good. I love the little Waddle Dee town. That'll be interesting to see how far they go with that. The copy abilities definitely get me excited. I think I'm more excited for the drill ability than the whatever the gun one's called. I think I'm more excited for the drill one just because it looks really fun to control. The gun one, I'm worried it's going to be too difficult to aim that thing, which is probably the trade-off, like I said, but yeah, that should still be good regardless. The boss fights look like they're going to be good, especially the Tropic Woods one's really cool. I'm sure we'll see more of that gorilla boss fight from the first trailer too. And then just some of the environments look absolutely beautiful. And that's pretty much it for this Impressions trailer. Overall, I'm very excited for this game now, even more excited than I was previously. It probably honestly would jump up on my list of top 2022 anticipated games, which if you want to know my top 5, I had a video from last week that I just put out. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to check that out. But that is going to do it for this Impressions video. So thank you all for watching so much. If you did, I truly, truly appreciate it. Maybe, depending on what news comes out or what I'm interested in doing, maybe I'll make more of these edited videos later down the line. But like I said at the beginning of the video, it's mainly just the live streams on the channel every Tuesday and Thursday night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And every other weekend for streaming. I won't be doing a weekend stream, but like I said, I'm currently going through Donkey Kong Country 2. When that's done, I'm going to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And actually, next weekend, that will be... what's today? Today's the 15th. So that will be the 22nd or the 23rd of January. I've gotten some requests to do some Halo Infinite multiplayer, and I'm going to be terrible, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, if you're interested in any of that, you want to stick around and check some content, I'd appreciate it. Do whatever interests you. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. So thank you all again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video or live stream. Take care.